Holy shit, we're back. We said we wouldn't leave you, and then we did.
Well, to be fair, we have been practicing social distancing. If there's one thing that you can't do in podcasting, it's communicate with each other from far distances. So
Exactly.
we had our hands tied. There was nothing we could do about it. Really? How are you supposed to podcast if you're not in the same damn room? Answer that, scientist.
I don't know. I have no idea. You know, we've been at this for 3 years now, and we still never figured out how to do this remotely until today.
No, for a while there we were using some cans on a string, but then a dog chewed up the string, and it was like, well, there goes that idea.
Yeah. We could always clack some coconut husks together, too. I think that might travel the distance well.
What do we look like, fucking Gilligan and the Skipper? Get out of here.
I was thinking more Holy Grail, but okay.
Well, that was the horses. We're not horses. I mean, I have seen you, and you're kind of hung like one, but...
And you're quite the stallion yourself, Fat Mack.
I got a mane.
Fat Mack, who didn't die yesterday. Thank God.
Yeah, it was it was exciting yesterday at my house. Let's just say I'm glad I'm not a smoker. Holy crapper. Good stuff. Wild stuff going on for everybody. It's not us. It's everybody. I feel like it's worse for most people than it is, at least for me specifically.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about y'all over there, but my life really hasn't changed at all. Like, literally at all. The only difference is now every store I go to has a giant plexiglass sheet in front of it. And I'm like, okay.
The people.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
That's
whatever.
mitigation at its finest. Nobody's going to touch that plexiglass.
Then you see people walking around with gloves on, and they're like, rubbing their faces and eating potato chips with their gloves on. And I'm like, I don't think you understand the point of gloves. I don't think. But
you're supposed to slowly roll the condom down over the head.
It's been scary for some. It's been fun for others. I've been having fun with it.
It's a thing.
It only exists for me. Like in my life, it literally only exists on the internet. Like I said, the plexiglass things at every store.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nothing has changed for me.
Well, that's the good thing about you and me, because other than our daily lives, we basically exist inside of our homes where we pay for, and that's why we have them, right?
Well, yeah. I guess I've been out. I go outside every single day. I get up, go to work. I work a full day. I work overtime. I come home. I take my dogs for a walk.
I will say I've been taking my dogs for more walks since the Corona pandemic happened.
I go to the store. I had to go to the store 2 days ago. I had to go to the Walmart because I'm running low on hand soap. I didn't even think. Well, I didn't go to the store for that. I was getting multiple things, but I had to get hand soap. Not even thinking that everybody's crazy. I go there and there's like 2 things of soap there. Well, there's like 5 that are, I guess there's a new thing called foam soap, but you literally have to have a specific pump for it. Otherwise, it just shoots water out.
Yeah.
First of all, why? Why the hell was that ever invented? Oh, my gosh.
So they can rip you off more.
Exactly. And second of all, it's like I literally just wanted my soap. Yeah, fun stuff. But other than that kind of stuff, my life hasn't changed.
Your own soap out of lye and fat.
I'm as busy as ever, working nonstop. The kid's doing his stuff.
Yeah, the whole distance learning thing has been an interesting curve for us, especially having 2 children in different grades. And the teachers don't seem to be doing their part very much.
Distance learning is a joke. They need to just call the school year done, everybody passes, and then start next school year like in July. Just start it a month and a half early or something. Wow, that's not hard. That's not difficult.
I wouldn't even argue it if the top half of the class goes through and the lower half of the class stays back another year.
Right, because it's going to be everybody that deals with that. It's not like it's one kid that got left behind. It's just like everybody's going to be like, yeah, get it.
And then everything I read is a lot of the older kids are just refusing to do it in general. So that defeats the purpose of it in the first place.
Yeah.
But this is not Beef Sticks Homeschooling Podcast. Oh, no. This is Beef Sticks Pro Wrestling Podcast.
And with any Beef Sticks Pro Wrestling Podcast, Paystee, I got to let everybody know what I'm sipping on.
Yeah!
And of course,
I love that sound.
I love it too. I picked up a little gem on some of my travels lately. For those of you who may not know, I've actually been traveling an awful lot. Oh, you can't leave. Fuck that. I've been traveling all over the place, and I love it. No traffic. No traffic. Yeah, no traffic.
If it has
get the hotels all to myself. It's awesome. But I picked up this one from Odell Brewing Company. This is from Fort Collins, Colorado. And it's called, I'm not sure I know how to pronounce this, but it's Whitkist. I think it's Whitkist White is what it is. And it's a grapefruit white ale. I know I'm not big on the fruities or nothing, but I thought the can looks just beautiful. It has a little grapefruit that looks like a lily pad in a pond full of lilies, and it's like hand painted sort of thing with a koi fish on it. It's not like realistic. It's like painted and looks gorgeous. And it says Whitkist Grapefruit White Ale is a modern take on a Belgium-style white ale with bright aromas of citrus from pureed grapefruit and a delicate spice from dried orange peel and coriander.
So does it kind of IPA with the citrus then?
It is a type of IPA. It's complex yet delicate with a clean, refreshing finish. Whitkist brings an unexpected twist on tradition. And I'm going to take the first drink right now because I haven't had it before.
Spits it out all over his desk.
No, it tastes a lot. It really tastes like if you had a almost an extra pale ale, and then you just twisted a bit of grapefruit in there.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking the grapefruit would really pull it in that direction.
It does, and it's got maybe either because I read it and I know, or maybe legitimately there's kind of a hint of like they said, like a spice from the orange peel coriander after I swallow, but that could also just be psychosomatic. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Very good. I would like this on a night like today. Was a gorgeous day. If I'd have drank this during the day, it would have been perfect.
Yep. Gorgeous day just in time for that fresh Easter snow tomorrow.
Woohoo! That's Minnesota, baby.
It's ridiculous is what it is.
Nobody's going anywhere anyways. Who cares?
So we got a pretty hit-and-run show for you guys this week. Coming in off the top, it's kind of light-heavy, but we got it for you. Let's hit them with some This Week in Pro Wrestling History.
Well, Paystee, since we've been off for a while, I know you scoured the internets and found a This Week in Pro History that was not only legitimately today, April 11th, but actually a really huge milestone, perhaps one of the biggest milestones we've had on this show for This Week in Pro Wrestling History, and we've had some doozies. But this one was April 11th, 1963, in Washington, D.C., when the first ever WWF, yes, I didn't add an extra W by mistake, President Willie Gilzenberg presented Buddy Rogers as the WWF World Heavyweight Championship as the champion, making him the promotion's first official champion. Though the official story was that he won it in a tournament in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't that, Paystee?
Yeah.
Wasn't that also how Pat Patterson allegedly won the very first Intercontinental title?
Indeed it is.
Yeah, very, very, a lot of happenings for the Wrestling Federation happening over in Brazil.
Yeah, WWE still takes their annual trips to Brazil.
Oh, they're big time.
It's a huge
big time.
Yes.
But the reality of this, Paystee, comes after Vince McMahon Sr. and Joseph Toots Mondt defected from the National Wrestling Alliance after Lou Thesz defeated Buddy Rogers for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship 2 months earlier in Toronto, Canada.
I like that Vince McMahon Sr. surrounded himself with a guy named Mount Toots and Vince McMahon Jr. As Canyon Seaman Canyon.
You think
that the
they're
body
probably
functions
related
and geography Something's
Right?
up there.
There's something going on here. Is it the same guy? Oh my gosh. He's like the Watcher from the Marvel Comics. He's going to be in every iteration of WWF, WWE, whatever it is.
Sweat
but
Gully
actually,
will be the next one.
So after Thez took the title from Rogers up in Canada, you see, many promoters felt that Rogers favored the Northeastern promoters over other territories. And promoters actually confronted Rogers on this. And as story goes, they legitimately surrounded him, jumped him, and broke his left hand.
Wow.
Rogers would then sustain
and thus the first ever lumber match was invented.
Exactly.
Lumberjack
Rogers would then sustain another injury in Montreal, allegedly by accident, but probably not, when he wrestled Killer Kowalski, and that ended up keeping Rogers on the sidelines for quite a while. But upon his return, the NWA actually voted to switch the title back over to Lou Thesz, who had publicly disgraced, discouraged, and made it known that he disliked Rogers. Now, on the flip side, Vincent Old Toots, as Paystee calls him, felt that Thesz was not a strong draw in their territory. Therefore, the WWF Championship was created and was given to Buddy Rogers. Now, Rogers would lose the title just 22 days later to Bruno Sammartino. In only 48 seconds, Sammartino would go on to hold the title for over 7.5 years, the longest in any WWWFFFEEEEEFW history.
Yes. Bruno's one of the good ones.
He's got a man. I tell you what, if anybody hasn't watched it and has the WWE Network or doesn't have it, find it wherever you can. Watch the documentary on Bruno Sammartino and his life. Holy crap, that guy's got a story to tell. From literally almost dying of starvation in Germany and coming to America on a boat weighing like 50 pounds to becoming the giant, jacked, huge, amazing standard bearer champion that we still refer to today. It's a good watch. I recommend it. But Paystee, we're moving to something that
was it a good watch?
It's an interesting watch. Let's just go into it saying let's go into it saying we knew going into it was going to be an interesting watch.
Yeah. I
personally haven't watched any of the No Arena wrestling. That's from WWF, AEW, anybody, because I personally don't think you can have pro wrestling without an audience. It just
without taking certain liberties to augment the product.
Yeah, you can't have an actual traditional pro wrestling match without an audience. It just doesn't work. And I think So this just slapped me in the face. I didn't know what to expect, but I know it happened, Paystee.
Yeah, it definitely happened, and it happened over 2 nights last weekend. And yeah, that's.
And we have to. I don't know if we pointed this out before because it's been so long since we've been gone, and I just recently found out Wrestlemania was 2 nights, so I don't think we've talked about it. Obviously, taking a book from New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, right?
Oh yeah.
Am I right with that?
This is something we've kind of been anticipating WWE to do for years. We just hope they wouldn't do it, and this probably was the best reason to do it because I could not have watched all this in one night.
But without getting into detail, because we're going to go over everything, they easily could have cut out half of it and fit it all in one night, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of these didn't even deserve to be on Raw, maybe. Main event?
All right.
Is that show still going on?
I don't know if any show is going on anymore. Other than MLW, folks, it's still kicking.
Yeah.
Watch MLW Fusion.
Woo.
Every Sunday it drops on YouTube at 7 Central Time. So that would be 8 p.m. Eastern, as most people go by.
Which
MLW Fusion. They
still
have an audience. Holy shit! Imagine that. What have we got going on here?
I was just thinking to myself, too, do you think NWA still gets away with having their audience? I mean, it's a small crowd, right?
They could do the 6-foot rule in their arena. They easily could. Easily.
I want to see Vince, like, try to, separate fans 6 feet apart from each other in an arena and